These 3-week-old Labradoodle puppies from Van Isle Doodles are here today for their update video. Today's video, we're going to tell you a little bit about our Mama Labradoodle, MJ. We're going to tell you a bit about each of these medium-sized Australian Labradoodle puppies, and we're going to give you some information about the litter as a whole and what they've been up to. Hi, I'm Claire from Van Isle Doodles, and these are the 11 puppies from our about time litter. Sorry, we have another litter with almost the same name. And these 11 Labradoodle puppies are all just doing so well. They have grown by leaps and bounds in the past week, and they have become dogs, real puppy dogs. So the big achievement of the litter for the past week is that they all have their ears open now. So it's quite fun when we come into the room or we just walk by, all these little heads come up and they're, what? Oh, is Mom here? Is it time for us to eat? Oh, is Mommy going to come feed us? What's going on? Every time they hear something. So they've had lots and lots of new stimulus in this past week. So they have their eyes open, so they're able to see some shapes and some figures and a little bit of different tones and colors, not a lot of colors. And now they're able to hear everything that's going on. So they already are able to recognize our voices, and they are also able to recognize when it's MJ as opposed to Holly or Austin or one of the other girls that we have in the house. So they also, because they can now hear, and because they're so mobile, as you just saw Blue Collar there climb the MJ mountain, there is a lot more sound going on with these puppies. They're growling, they're barking, and they are making sure they call their Mama MJ if they feel she's been gone for too long. They are a very, very vocal group. They've woken us up several times during the past few nights with their just playing. That's all they're doing is playing. But when we hear them, it's like, oh, are one of them in trouble? Is something going on? But it's just them play fighting. And it's really fun to watch them as they sort of stagger around. They look a little bit like they're drunk when they try to negotiate, but they're getting more and more solid on their 4 feet and having no problem running around. And the other morning, when we heard a little bit of squawking going on, we went in to see what was happening. And one of the puppies had actually managed to go over the edge of the whelping box and was outside the box and trying to figure out how to get back inside. So we have a barrier now so that they can't get out. And either right after this video or tomorrow morning, they're going to get moved out of the maternity ward and into the nursery. These puppies need some more space to be able to walk around and run around, and they need to exercise those little Labradoodle muscles. Yeah, and they really want to start playing and having more space to do that. So we will move them into the nursery, and we'll give them quite a bit more real estate to be able to spread their wings, so to speak, and really develop all of those puppy muscles. MJ, our Mama Labradoodle, is doing fantastic. She is a really good mom to these puppies. She is very attentive. She never hesitates to be in there with them. She doesn't have any desire to be away from them for any length of time. She's had a couple of visits now with her family and another one coming up, and she's really enjoying her time visiting with her mom and dad. I'm sure she would love to show her puppies off, and once we do move them out into the nursery, we are able to keep that area socially distant and sanitized, so they will finally be able to come and see their grandpuppies, which I'm sure will make them really happy. We have quite a few antics going on right now. We have one puppy actually standing on her head, trying to nurse there. It's always quite a struggle when there's 11 of you and you're all trying to get in. So that's the other news for these Labradoodle puppies, is they're going to be ready to be put on some solid food fairly quickly. Usually we like to wait till they're around 4 weeks old, but MJ was really looking for a little bit of help, and she's going to be getting a little bit tired now with all the work she's doing feeding all these puppies. So we'll start feeding them some goat's milk probably on Wednesday or maybe Thursday, and introduce them to that. We'll mix it with a little pablum so it's sticky, and they'll just get it all over themselves mostly and lick it off of each other. But MJ could do with a little bit of assistance there in the feeding department, because that's a lot of mouths for one mama Labradoodle to feed. But MJ's really doing well. She's always happy. She's always in a good temper, and she never minds what the puppies are doing. She keeps them spotlessly clean and really does an excellent job. And you'll see MJ's panting right now, and that's because Austin and her puppies are in our studio, and because they're younger, they just turned a week old, we have the temperature still turned up to be quite warm in here, so MJ's finding that a bit hot. She also has a lot of coat. Because of COVID, she wasn't able to have her hair done before she had her babies, so she's carrying around a lot of extra insulation there. So let's get started with the update on these puppies who can see, who can hear, who can walk, run, growl, and bark. And the first one we're going to do is, because we'll do them all in birth order, is light blue collar. And now we just have to find light blue collar. You're orange. Here's light blue collar over here. And he'll probably be mad at me for taking him away from his spot. Nope, not too mad at me at all. Hello, sweet boy. Now, these puppies have had their nails clipped several times now. Hi, how are you? Oh, look at all the bright lights, eh? They do have to have their nails clipped fairly regularly. I can feel already they're a little bit scratchy on me again. So as soon as I feel them being scratchy, I know that MJ is going to be uncomfortable. And Mr. Light Blue has just figured out I've taken him away from his mom, and he's like, wait, I didn't get finished eating here yet. So Mr. Light Blue is a chocolate sable, and you can see he has these absolutely gorgeous tones in his coat, almost like a shade of mahogany. Just a beautiful, beautiful, rich color. Hey, buddy, here we go. Oh, yes, I know. And you can see now that they have a little bit more coordination and can see and hear, they're getting to be just a little bit more feisty, aren't you? Yes, just a little bit more feisty. Oh, just a minute, I'm going to yawn because I'm a little bit nervous about this. Not too sure what we're doing. Doing these videos is a really great experience for the puppies because it exposes them to things that otherwise they wouldn't normally be exposed to, such as the bright lights, me holding them, and being separated from their litter mates. And light blue collar is still keeping his position as the firstborn and the biggest puppy in the litter. Oh my goodness. Oh, and you can hear him. He is now 884 grams, and that makes him the biggest puppy in the litter. And you'll see MJ immediately goes to soothe him when he gets back in, but she was not the least bit concerned at his cries because she recognizes what's going on now. She knows when there's actual problem and that her baby is in distress, as opposed to they're just fussing about something. So the next puppy is brown collar. And let's see if we can find where brown collar is hiding. Oh, there's brown collar right over here. Come here, sweetie pie. Come here, bud. Oh, come here. Oh, I know. No, you weren't nursing anyways. You weren't attached. And this little girl is doing very well, and you can see now that her eyes are open, just how pretty they are in that caramel party face of hers. She has beautiful symmetrical markings on her head, a little bit of extra color that's splashed on the top of her head, and then she has this really pretty marking down on her back and then on her tail as well. It's a really pretty puppy. Yes, it's a very pretty puppy. And I can feel her claws are also quite sharp. They're really good having their claws done. There's no trouble. They've also had their collars adjusted they probably had them adjusted 4 times now. We're pretty much at the end of the adjustments that we can make. We have to put on adult collars because we're just growing so much. Yeah, oh, is that right? Oh, I see. And Miss Brown Collar Girl is now 806 grams. And you can see they get quite excited when they're away from MJ. And that's because now that they're bigger, and because there's 11 of them, there's a lot more competition for that limited resource at the milk bar. So that's why we'll start feeding them a little bit sooner than we would normally. Next in line is this little pretty girl here. This is our pretty little Purple. Actually, Purple, you're not a she, you're a he. Sorry, how rude. I just double check. Yeah, you are, boy. And this handsome boy is a beautiful, beautiful caramel color. He has really got the prettiest color. This is one of my favorite shades on the dogs. It's not too dark, it's not too light, it's just really pretty. And then set off so nicely by his white markings. So he's got that beautiful white mark on the top of his head. He's got the white around his nose and his chin, and then white on his chest and belly there. And he has a little bit of white on his toes, but that's not going to be so evident as he gets bigger. And no white tip on his tail. Hi. Hi, how are you, handsome? And Mr. Purple is 802 grams. He is a really nice, chunky, solid boy. I really like his build. It's very nice and substantial, and he has a really pretty look about him. He's got that really nice Labradoodle head with a short nose and a really strong stop. And in case you're wondering, the stop is right here, and that's where the snout stops and it goes into the forehead. And in Labradoodles, in the breed standard, a nice clearly defined strong stop is one of the qualities that is desired in the breed. So we'll put Mr. Purple back there, and now look for Mr. Orange Collar, who I just saw flashing around here a minute ago and is now disappeared. Yes, where is Mr. Orange? Calling Mr. Orange. No, not you, you're last. You're last. Oh, you don't like being last. Oh, how rude to say you're last. Oh, I know, did I insult you? I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, Mr. Tan Collar is the biggest talker in the entire litter. Mr. Orange is buried down here. Oh, he just found himself the best spot. It's a little bit of a tricky to get him out of here because he's got all these other ones piled on top of him. The puppies really pile in now and really hang on to keep their spots. Come here, buddy. I promise I'll get you one when we finish. Oh, he's going to be mad at me. Oh, he's hanging on for all of his dear might. There we go. Holy, this is a strong puppy. Excuse me. Oh, Lee, you is a very strong puppy. Oh, yes. Look at you, pulled off all sorts of stuff there, all sorts of your mom's fur. Oh, his little face is all wet from being at the bottom of the milk bar there. So Mr. Orange Collar is a gorgeous dark chocolate boy. And you can see he too has some of the beautiful mahogany color markings in there. Hey, handsome. And he doesn't have any white on him at all, I don't believe. If he'll let me peek. No, he is a beautiful solid chocolate, just like a really pretty, very delicious chocolate bar. And he is 807 grams. And I'm going to let him go back in there and forage away before he gets really angry at me. Next is our little black collar girl. And she's in there just giving it too. She's one of the ones that's now gone to the bottom because I moved him. She was on top of Orange before. Take her there. Oh, she's so much easier. Oh, see, you're much easier to work with, aren't you? Yes. And this little lady, she is the prettiest little caramel party girl. Just the sweetest little face. She has those really pretty symmetrical markings, just like her siblings. She has a little bit more caramel markings than the other puppy. You'll see she has quite a bit more on her head, her neck, and then she has a lot more of the color on her back. She has about the same amount of color as Ripple does. If you look at Ripple's pictures on our website, you'll see just about what Miss Black Collar is going to look like as a grown-up girl. Yeah, it's a grown-up girl. And Black Collar is 633 grams. When the puppies were sick, she was the one who lost the most weight, and she's really come back strong. So she's doing really well. She's really thriving. It's really nice to see. There you go. Now let's give you a little bit of a spot in there, give you a bit of a head start. Yes, and you can see MJ's flopped right out of the bed right now trying to accommodate everybody. Oh, it's quite funny. Next is Gray Collar Boy. And I just saw him a second ago. I think he's underneath here. Nope, that's Tan. Wrong puppy. Where are you, Gray? Oh my goodness. We need a GPS to find all the puppies. Where are you? You're purple. Yes. Oh, here you are. No, you're light blue. Light blue and Gray's collars look the same. Once their collars get a little bit dirty. Now, Gray's got a really good bit of suction going. Oh, there we go. And I can give that spot to Black. Give her a little head start there. Oh, now she won't be mad at me anymore. Hi, but you'll be mad at me, I'm sure. Oh, that was so rude of me. Yes, how rude. Hi. Oh, I kiss, thank you. Yes, I don't think my nose has anything too good to drink, though. I'm so sorry. So little gray collar, he is 785 grams, so he's really getting up there. And he is a beautiful red and white puppy. And his nose is filled in enough now that we can say for sure that he is a red, not a red caramel, because he has that black nose. And that's what makes the difference between a red caramel and a red dog. So he has beautiful red and white markings, that gorgeous white blaze on his head, white up his nose, his chin, and then lots of white underneath. Oh, he's just got the prettiest markings. No white on his toes though. No white on your toes, right? Hey, and this little puppy actually is quite a doll. He's very friendly and affectionate. And you'll see how on this puppy where his ears are on his head. In the Labradoodles, you want to have a really nice high ear set. And once they're older, you don't ever want to be able to go like this with their ears and have their ears extend past their nose. As long as they're shorter than their nose, they're correct. And ideally, you want them set really nice and high, and nice little short, high set ears. That's part of the breed standard as well. So there you go, Gray. Thanks for showing us what a handsome boy you are. And next is dark blue. Dark blue, where are you? We had you. Oh, here you are right here. Oh, good. No one that's not attached and won't be so mad at me. Yay! Hello, dark blue. This girl is a very pretty little girl. Now, she is a caramel and white, and we call this abstract. You also have it referred to as mismarks, but mismarks sounds like you made a mistake and did something wrong, and you don't. The white markings are something that we all are looking for all the time. Oh, so I've got to rescue yellow collar here before she gets out of the nest there. MJ, maybe you could come in a bit. No. I just got to hang off the edge, thanks. So abstract is another term for these white markings. So I much prefer abstract to mismarks because they aren't mistakes at all. No, they're not mistakes. And this little beauty queen has beautiful white markings on top of her nose, her chin, those paws, underneath on her chest, and then all four of her beautiful feet. And it looks like she too is going to have black leathers, and leathers are what we call the nose, the lips, and the pads. And the color of the leathers are what determine the actual color of the dog. So it's going to be an apricot. It's going to be an apricot puppy. Oh, it's so beautiful. Yes. And dark blue collar is 860 grams. A nice good size puppy. Very solid. Oh, and here's Yellow going mountain climbing again. Oh my goodness, Yellow. You're not supposed to be going all over the place. You stay over here, you little monkey, you. Oh my goodness. Next is Red. Where are you, Red? Where are you, Red? Oh, Red. Oh my goodness, they're all falling all over the place. Next time, when we do our update, we won't have them in the bed. We will have them come in one by one because they are getting to be too agile. There we go, Red. Hello, beautiful. This girl is another gorgeous red and white puppy. What a pretty girl she is. And she is a red because she does have the black leathers. And she has all that beautiful white right around her nose, under her chin, on top of her head. Oh, does that make it just so beautiful? Oh, yes. It just shows off that gorgeous dark red so much. She's so pretty. And then she has all the little lights white on her chest. She has some underneath her neck here too, which you just can't see with her ID collar. And she has white on all her back 2 feet, not on the front. And she has a little white tip on the tail. The little white tip on the tail is what Copper has, and oh, it's just the prettiest little fancy feature. Yes, you're a little fancy girl. And our little red collar girl is 695 grams. She's one of the smaller puppies, and she is one of the ones who's a little bit quieter. Oh, but she's very, very sweet. There you go, my little pumpkin. We put you over here. Here, you know what? There's a spot way down here. And nobody's there. You can have it all to yourself. Yeah. Oh, hi, MJ. Hi. Next is yellow collar. This is our mountain climber. This little girl was trying to do anything and everything to get to her mama's head. Yes, so there's no milk on mama's head, you silly goose. You silly goose. So this little beauty queen, she is red caramel and white party. So again, she has really lovely symmetrical markings that really set off her head and her face beautifully. And she has a good amount of coloration on her back. She's got the 2 strong spots here and then a really nice block of color on the base of her tail there. This little girl is a little bit smaller like red collar, but she too is really chunky. It's one of my favorite things about all the puppies in this litter is they're extremely solid. And that too is part of the Labradoodle breed standard. You want the dogs to have nice square blocky heads and to have square bodies and really blocky bodies, like a lab, not like a poodle. And yellow collar girl is 670 grams. So she's doing really well, Miss Chunky Monkey. Are you a little bit of a chunker? Oh, that's so pretty, aren't you? There we go, my little mountain climber. Yeah. I'll put you over here. Next is green collar, who's right here. Hello, little lady. Come here. I think you're a girl, aren't you? Are you a girl or are you a boy? Yeah, you're a girl. This little girl, this is a caramel. I don't think she's going to be an apricot, although, you know, you guys are all fooling me with their black pads. I didn't expect to have so many of them have the black leathers. No, because neither of their parents do, but they both carry for that, so that's why we can get it. Oops, we got a puppy that's out. Come here. Oh, goodness. Oh, I'm going to let Reynolds go and get that one. He'll go and rescue it. It's not like they're going to fall or hurt themselves or anything. They're okay over there. Just going for a little walk out on the floor, which is fine. There's no danger anywhere. And we'll get Ms. Green Collar back here. But MJ's not worried. If MJ's not worried, I'm not worried. And the puppy's right by her head. So Ms. Green Collar is this beautiful little caramel with lots of white markings as well. So she has a little white blaze on the top of her head, a little bit smaller than the other puppies. She's got some white around her face here, her chin. She's got the white on her 2 front paws and this back paw, and then a little smidge on this one here, which won't show up too much when she's older. And she has the little white tip on her tail too. Oh, they're all escaping. They're all going to be running around crazy. Good thing we have a small enclosed safe spot for them. Green Collar Girl is still the smallest puppy in the litter, just like she was last week, and she is 601 grams. So she's only 2 grams smaller than the other puppy there, but she's doing really well. She's perfectly proportional, so it's not like she's skinny or anything like that. Oh, look at here. Why can't you all be like Purple Collar? Look at Purple's just sitting here quiet. And last but not least is Mr. Tan Collar Boy, our mouthpiece of the litter. Yeah, there you are. Oh, they're all escaping all over the place, I tell you. Poor MJ. It's a lot of work, MJ. Here we go with Mr. Lastborn, Mr. Big Talking Voice. He is the spokesperson for the litter. Whenever something's going on, this is the fellow who's going to let you know about it. And oh my goodness, when you do something new with him, oh, squawkity squawk, squawk, squawk. He is a talker. Now he looks like a phantom because he has those phantom markings, but he's a sable, I'm virtually positive, so those markings are going to fade away. Yes, they are. And he's going to be a really, really beautiful, rich, dark chocolate with some mahogany shot through him. His color is going to change as time goes on because he is a sable. Like I said, I'm pretty positive he's not a phantom. He may be. We'll wait and see how he progresses there. And Mr. Tan Collar is 883 grams. So he is just 1 gram smaller than Light Blue, who's the biggest in the litter. So it's really interesting that the firstborn and the lastborn are so close in weight. Oh my goodness, we've got one that's really complaining now that I'm just going to go and rescue here. Come here. This is our little explorer puppy. That's what happens when you go to the wrong place. Yeah, you're not with your mom anymore. There. So you can see they're all over MJ, and she keeps falling out of the bed, which means the puppies are all going out of the bed. And then when they get out of the bed, they get all worried and they go, whoops, there goes one off the back there, but they'll come around the front in a minute and I'll bring it back in. So this is part of the reason that you can see why it's important that we expand their living quarters and give everybody some space to spread out and start doing explorations and learning where all the boundaries are. So it's a really fun time. Normally we don't have 11 puppies at once, and so they fit in a little bit better, but with all 11 of them in the one bed, it gets crowded and it's really easy for them to just escape. And also it's partly their personalities too. These guys are all super confident. They're really outgoing. There we go. They have no fear. As you can see, they're not worried about anything. Hey, Doodle, where did you go? Did you have fun time? It's really fun to watch them. It's a really great age when they really sort of start showing us their personalities and really become interactive, where they can see and hear, and you can really have a good time with them, other than trying to keep track of them all. It's going to be really fun when we start putting them outside and making sure we have 11 all the time. So that's this week's update. The puppies will all be wormed again today because it's been 2 weeks since they were last time. And like I said, we're going to probably start introducing them to solid food in the next few days, because you can imagine how much energy it takes to feed all of these little squirmers, all moving around all over the place. Yeah, it's all over the place, especially when this is the smallest one. Yeah, and you're pretty good size, aren't you? This little green collar is also the quietest puppy. Oh yay, MJ got out of the bed. Now you can have a chance to see everybody, and they won't be all escaping out the side as much. There we go. I'm always constantly counting to make sure they're all there. They're really doing well. Beautiful litter. MJ's just been the best mom. She's really enjoying the fact of how much she gets to eat as a lactating mama. So she's up to about 6.5 pounds a day of raw right now. And she has about another, 25% of that is fresh bones, which are meal replacement bones. So today she's had some chicken feet, and she's had some lamb trachea. And for her meal so far, she's enjoyed some beef and blend that's called country blend, which is turkey with beef organs and bone in it. And she's had a little bit of bison and a little bit of venison. And I'm not sure what's on her menu for dinner tonight, but she has a really good appetite, and she really enjoys her groceries. So that's a fun part to her of being a mama dog. We also have her on a special blend of vegetables. There's vegetables in the food that she eats, but we also supplement them with a special metabolic and yeast buster blend. And that makes sure that we keep their system so that they don't get a buildup of yeast from the high glycemic index fruits and vegetables that tend to be in the pre-made raw. So that's our update. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the puppies. We sure enjoyed showing them all to you. It's such a fun litter. We're really having a good time watching these guys grow. And next week, I expect you'll probably see them with a lot of stickiness on them from eating. And like I said, this will be the last video where all 11 of them are together like this, because we don't have a bed big enough to contain them all. So we'll do them individually next week, and we'll probably be able to give you a little bit more information about each of their personalities. Very preliminary, but some information about their personalities once we move them outside and we get to, or not outside, but out into the nursery, and we get to observe them in a little bit more space where they can be a bit more independent. So thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I love to answer your questions. Nothing is more fun than talking about Labradoodle puppies. And we'll see you again next week. What you doing? Oh, MJ, your babies. Hey.